there we go. There we go. You can hear me now. Excellent. Wonderful. It's not elevator music. It's good music. It's fun. It's hip. It's cool. But, yeah. Yes, we've got audio. We've got audio. Mike Henson's in the building. Hello, Mike. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Is everything all right? Once again, we're using a webcam because I'm saving the good camera for the top down, so you guys can actually see clearly what's going on. And yeah, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Let me double check that you can actually hear me. Hang on a second. Oh, we've got an all good from AJ. Excellent. All right, welcome to... Oh, yeah, okay. Welcome. You said you can barely hear me? Hang on a second. Let me fix that. Ooh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How's that? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. I know there's a delay before I can actually... before you can hear what I'm saying, the changes that I've made. I got a thumbs up from Sean. I got a much better from Jackie. Much better from Eminem. Much better, much better, much better. Okay, cool. Fantastic. I still don't know what to call this stream. Is it GVO After Dark or is it Third Rail Thursday? I don't even know. I mean, there's no go via or go home present, so I guess it's just a Third Rail Thursday. Is it a TMILT After Dark? Is it a Timbrim After Dark? I don't even know. But we got coffee. We got bubbly for later. We got lots of trains. So yeah, let's just make it happen. Let's see who's in the chat. We got lots of people in the chat. How many people are here? Where do I see how many people are here? 11 people? Is that correct? I don't even know. We got Eminem Rails, Sean McGee, School Kill River Valley. I'm just going to call you John, because I can't even remember if I'm pronouncing your name right. Weathering with AJ. We'll get to you in a second. We got Curly Express. How's it going, Dwight? Jackie. We got Heath from Human City Junction. Sorry, Human City Junction. We've got John Train, BFGR. BFGR. Look at that. What do you know? We've got Inked Rails. What's going on, buddy? I don't remember your real name, Inked Rails, but it's good to see you here. We've got CP368 Productions. We have got Mike Henson. Oh, and Eminem Rails is retracting messages. He's got dirty secrets he's putting up in the chat. Not dirty, you know what I mean. There's secrets. Who is John 2? Is Inked Rails John as well? We have like 17 Johns. That's the thing about model trains. The thing about model trains is everybody is named Mike, Dave, Mark, John. I don't even know. Okay, we've got Brian. Brian is his name. Alright. But there's so many Daves and Mikes and Marks and Johns. So many. I used to be a part of a club and there was what, like 3 Daves? I don't even know. There were so many duplicate names, it was so hard to keep track of, and that's why I left it. No, that's not why I left the club. Okay, so we're gonna do some weathering. Yeah, we're gonna do some weathering. I worked on this car the last time I did a Third Rail Thursday, which was, if I'm not mistaken, the first Thursday of this month. But like we said earlier, where are we? Let's do it this way. Chris is out of town, so he's not able to do GVO After Dark. So, how's it going, Kevin? Welcome, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. We're going to have GVO After Dark on my channel this week, and it's not going to be GVO After Dark at all. I didn't write anything down in a notebook like Chris does. I don't have any news to talk about. I just am going to do some weathering and graffiti. I mean, if it ain't broke, you know? Just, you know how the saying goes. If it ain't broke, just do it again. That's not how it goes. Sean says, I love that color combo. You know what, Sean? I agree. And thank you. I think it looks great. I love the pop. It just pops. Look at that. Look at it. There we go. Look at that. It's just poppy. So we're going to weather it. I titled this Easy Weathering Tips. Because, I mean, you do these streams and you kind of run out of names when you do the same thing over and over again. It's like, what am I going to call it? So we're going to call it Easy Weathering Tips. And I'm going to start it off by showing you some weathering. And I'm actually going to also weather this car that I did a few weeks back. N-scale reefer car. And then if there's time, I've got a couple cars queued up and ready to go. And we'll do a bit more graffiti. We'll see how far we get with that. I'm not going to try and break any records this week. I'm not going to try and go all night because, once again, I haven't had dinner yet. And I've got other things to attend to on my Thursday night. But we'll see how it goes. Kevin says if it ain't broke, you're not trying. Fair enough. Okay, so let's weather a hopper. I've never started a stream with weathering before. This should be fun. I'm going to be using some... Where's my... There we go. I'm going to be using some AIM weathering powder. This is... If you guys watch my channel a lot, you've probably seen me do weathering the same way a bunch of different times. And that's because if it ain't broke, you're not trying, right? As Kevin says. What colors do you recommend for a red brick building for graffiti? Are you talking like graffiti to put over top of red brick? Any color, really, as long as you have a good base so that it doesn't come up too dark. Any bright color. I can show you this. Just because I have it on hand, you've probably seen it before. But I have this building that I did. I just have it on a diorama nearby. So purple and green is a fun combination. But the trick with this is that I used metallic markers. So with the metallic, it just kind of popped a little bit more than if I just used regular purple and regular green. But I'm sure that if I tried with just like a purple craft paint or something like that, it would probably pop just as well. Yeah, any bright colors. It's kind of annoying because I do the graffiti that when it comes time to do something more normal painting, like if I'm doing brick or if I'm doing like a window frame or something like that, I never seem to have just a normal bland color, if that makes any sense. Because everybody, when they paint decor, they tend to paint in more muted colors, and when it's graffiti, it's really flashy and in your face. So all of the paints that I have on hand are like super, super bright and flashy. But oh well, what can you do? That's just, oh, you can't even see that one. There we go. Just super bright paints. I even have some just in jars that I've collected in my travels. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. Who asked that question? I don't even remember. Inked asked that question. Brian is your name. I'm going to try and remember that. Bam! Okay. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start with the roof. I'm going to put on my surgical gloves. So, today I was at work and I sanded my thumbnail with an orbital sander. I was carving styrofoam with an orbital sander, and I guess it must have slipped away and sanded the top of my thumbnail. And I didn't notice until now, and now it's all I notice. You ever have that where you're just like, oh, I cut myself, or oh, I must have pinched myself or something, and now all of a sudden I've noticed it and it hurts. But who knows how many hours ago it was that it actually happened. So that's fun. Now I have a super thin thumbnail. My wife and I are trying to figure out what to use on the hobo camp we are building. Oh, I don't even know. I think you just gotta wing it. That's all I ever do. I just figure it out as I go. It's fun. So I'm just gonna put a bit of rust along this walkway. I'm not gonna go nuts with the weathering. You can if you want to. And again, this car, if you hadn't guessed by the BFGR, belongs to John Train BFGR, who's in the chat. And John, if you see anything jump out at you as being super annoying and you don't like it, or you want to change something, just yell at me. All caps works. I notice it even more if you type my name in, because then it comes up in red on my chat. So yeah, that's super, super light. I'm not gonna go nuts. I'm gonna use a mixture of different mediums for the weathering though, because I can. And I'm going to use, move these out of the way. Pan pastels. You guessed it. I'm just going to use the rust one. Which one is this? Red iron oxide. And I'll probably use this gray one. Which color is this? This is neutral gray. So a combination of those two plus the weathering powder that I just showed you, and we'll be happy. Brian posted a video about a hobo camp. Very cool. You gotta have hobos. Where I live, there's 1 million hobos. Do we call them hobos in 2022? I don't think so. I can't find my makeup applicator. I will find them. Oh, here's one. This one is pre-weathered. Look at that. Okay. that goes on super thick. I don't want to be too thick with that. So what I'm gonna do is find my eraser. So I had a catastrophe the other day. I was moving some stuff around and knocked my Tim Hortons coffee can full of markers, etc. on the floor. And so everything is a little bit disorganized right now. I haven't had a chance to organize everything. Oh, did you get a Tim Brim, Mark? I should have a point system. If you get a Tim Brim and you call it out, you get a point. Wow, who's gonna keep track of that? Not me. I can't seem to find an eraser. Oh, this one is an eraser on a pencil. That should work. So if you put too much pan pastel, it just erases off. But it leaves a bit of a residue behind, which is nice. So I can still get that faded look. Roll up the Tim Rim to win. Can we talk about roll up the rim to win for a minute? I'm so annoyed that they stopped that. For those of you who don't know, Tim Hortons used to have a contest called Roll Up the Rim to Win, and you literally would roll up the brim of your coffee cup, and underneath it would tell you if you won a prize or not. And typically you didn't, because that's how that works. But sometimes you'd win a coffee, sometimes you'd win a donut. There's the odd chance you might win a Toyota Corolla. But that obviously didn't happen very often. But then COVID happened, and they stopped doing the contest because of sanitary reasons, obviously. And now it's a super lame app where everyone's a winner, apparently. But the prizes are super lame, and you don't get that satisfaction of rolling up your coffee cup. That was the most fun. It was the best part of the entire experience, aside from obviously having a cup of coffee. All right, John Train is celebrating his 40th wedding anniversary. Well, isn't that super cool? Congratulations, John. Everybody wish John a happy congratulations and all that fun stuff, and happy anniversary. I'm happy for you. Hooray. Let me actually, because I'm not happy with this. There we go. That's better. Did you notice a change? Probably not. Okay. So now I'm going to go like this. I'm not gonna go nuts. I know it looks a bit hectic right now, but I'm going to grab a eraser once again. I think what I need is a fresh makeup applicator for this. I'm not happy with how thick it's going on. So I'm gonna abandon pan pastels for right now. Brian, I'm not going to Otter Valley on September 10th. The weekend just doesn't work out well for me because, while we're on the subject of anniversaries, it's my wedding anniversary that weekend. So I don't think that the optimal wedding anniversary celebrations for me and my wife are going to take place in Tillsonburg, Ontario. It's just not high on our list of destinations. If it was another weekend, then probably. September is a hectic month for me. I have my son is starting school. We have our anniversary, and my daughter, my youngest daughter, is turning 1. If you can believe it. It seems like it was 5 minutes ago that I was getting ready to have another baby. Well, not me have the baby, but you know what I'm saying. So that's just like it kind of looks, I don't know if you can see it very well on the screen, but it kind of just looks a bit like scratches that have rusted. Super light. I actually think I'm just gonna leave it like that and then do some grime on the bottom, but I need to make sure that I match both sides because I don't like doing different weathering on different sides of the car. Let's focus that back up. Little tip for you, if you guys have a camera that has manual focus capabilities and you're using it as a top-down camera, or you're using it to show any kind of work, use manual focus, because that way if your hand comes into the shot, it's not going to pull focus onto your hand and make the work blurry. I also wanted to shout out Wigwag because Wigwag hit 1,000. I forget whose stream we were on the other day. I think it was Trackside Mike, where we were talking about how you were trying to get to 1,000, and you did it. So congratulations. If you're not subscribed to Wigwag and you would like to, even though he's already hit his milestone and doesn't need our help anymore, go subscribe. He doesn't need us anymore. He's hit his 1,000. He's good to go. You're rich now. I actually really like this look where I put it on and then you erase it so that it just kind of looks like scratches. Yeah, Wigwag, you gotta make videos now that you have an audience. They're waiting for you. Take it from me, I have 1,000 subscribers and I don't make videos as often as I'd like to. And people are people are generally pretty hostile with you. They're just like, this guy, he never makes videos. What's wrong with him? No, I'm kidding. That's not how it is, but you know. I think the moral of the story is make videos. When and if you can. There we go. So that's matching. Happy with that. And then I thought I had another makeup applicator. I have a box of them. Let me actually see if I can find a fresh one. These ones are a little bit used. with me, people. I'll be back. Oh, I found it. Now the real question is, are there sponges in here? Okay. I'm back. All right. So I found a slightly less used makeup sponge. However, it's not brown, it's more, I used it for like blacks and yellows and stuff, so I think it'll work for my purposes. I have a fresh package of them somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I'm in the process of reorganizing everything down here. I feel like I'm always in the process of reorganizing down here, and that doesn't stop. But, oh well. What can you do? Okay, so now we're gonna go for the medium gray, and I'm gonna use the less used side of the sponge. How's that looking? It goes on kind of heavy, but that's okay. Just across the bottom like that. And what's cool is I'm getting a little bit, when I bring it across the bottom, some of the dust is going on the bottoms of the hoppers here. So I can just kind of spread that out as well and get a bit of a light weathering along the bottom as well. Now I'm going to take a brush and blend that. Yeah, Heath, all Canadians are related. And yes, I do know Bill. wish I knew where everything was. It's really annoying that everything fell on the floor. Like super, super annoying. But hey, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna take this. Okay, little weathering tip for you: don't stick your arm in the pan pastel. Heath, I prefer mixing it up as I go, because otherwise I don't like, I find if I weather them all heavy, they start to look the same. If I weather them all light, they start to look the same. So I just make it up as I go along. A lot of it depends on how the graffiti is on the car, if there is graffiti, because sometimes I don't want to weather too much because it takes away from the graffiti that I just did. Because if I go really heavy on the weathering, a lot of times you barely even see the graffiti anymore, which is not always that fun. Let me try and find a clean part of this makeup sponge. Actually, let me just snip off a piece. There. Now I have a clean part. Try and blend that a little more. Oh, that took too much off now. Oh well. Weathering brick. You know, I'm gonna have to just do a video on it. To be honest, it's kind of hard to just talk about. I'd rather just show you, and I fully intend on doing that. I have some buildings that I would like to build. And when I do that, I'll obviously be making a video about it. And let's do this side now. Once again, just light weathering with the gray. Not too much, because once again, like I was saying, I really like how this graffiti looks, and I don't want to cover it too much. So I'm just going to go lightly on the ends, and a little bit across the middle, and blend it in with the brush. Hopefully you guys can still see. I know my hand gets in the way. I'm working on getting another angle over my shoulder so that you can see it a little bit easier when my hand is in the shot. Heath, no, it has to be a number 2 pencil, really. Yeah, it absolutely must be a number 2 pencil from the dollar store. Otherwise, what are you even doing? And it can't be a sharpened pencil either. It has to be a brand new pencil out of the box, never used for drawing or writing of any kind. go, super light weathering. It actually looks lighter on camera than it is. It looks a little bit darker in person. Oops, that was a little bit much, but we'll blend it out. It's okay. Get a little in there. And come in with a little bit of eyeliner. Do a couple streaks. And blend that out. There we go. And the last thing I'm going to do is take some of the light rust, or sorry, actually this is dark rust weathering powder, on a Q-tip, load it up, and I'm going to sprinkle it on. I'm going to blend some of it out with the brush, some of the heavier spots with the brush, but I'm going to leave that texture on and then spray that. So we'll let that dry for a second, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And Uncle Bob. Oop. I forgot to change my banner. That's actually a good little segue. What do I do? There we go. That's what I wanted. Next week is the first Thursday. Next week is the first Thursday of September, if you can believe it. Wow. September already. But yeah, so typically I do the first Thursday of every month. That's kind of how the rotation goes with Third Rail Thursday. I'm only on for the last Thursday of this month because I'm filling in for Chris. But next month there are 5 Thursdays. So Mark and Chris and I were trying to figure out what we were going to do, how we were going to fill that 5th Thursday, rather. And we thought, well, why don't we reach out and see if DaveCo wants to give it a spin. He hasn't done a Third Rail Thursday in quite some time. Since when? February was my first month doing Third Rail Thursday, I believe. So that means he hasn't done one since January, I guess. It's been a while. And we said, you know what? No pressure. You can do it if you want. And we all still get a week because there's 5 Thursdays. So we gave him the whole month and said, pick your Thursday, pick whichever one works best for you, and we'll work around it. So he picked the first Thursday of the month, which is next Thursday. So next Thursday is not my turn. It's going to be DaveCo's turn, which is super cool. Haven't seen him do it in a while. And yeah, I guess Mark is saying that he's done a lot of work on his layout, so he's probably going to have quite a bit of an update for you. I truthfully have no idea what he's going to do, but I think it's going to be cool. And then after that, it's going to follow the same rotation. So I'll be the second Thursday, and then Chris, and then Mark, and then GVO After Dark on Chris's channel again. Go via or go home. So if you're new, that when I keep saying Chris and Mark and Dave and all of that, everybody's listed in the description below, but Mark is M&M Rails, Chris is Go Via or Go Home, and Dave is DaveCo. But yeah, that's that. And now this is probably dry, so I can flip it over and rinse and repeat. I've got a couple. Oh, are these brush strokes? Oh, they're just bristles from this brush, because this brush is on its way out. You think I need a new brush or what? It's not even focusing. You think I need a new brush or what? Look at that thing. Let's, oh, the plumber's here. Hello, the plumber. Welcome. The plumber is in the house. There we go. A little sprinkle, sprinkle. The sound effects help, by the way. Helps you do better weathering. And dull coat again. Yes, I'm just dull coating it off screen. No big deal. Alright. That's that. Super light weathering. Super effective. And I think it really adds to the look of the car. John, if you're in the chat, let me know what you think. Let me know if you need more or less. Well, I can't really do less anymore, but let me know if you like it, if you want me to change anything. And in the meantime, let's change gears a little bit. John says he likes it. Excellent. I haven't seen... Is Trackside Mike still in the chat? Mr. Trackside Mike, are you still in the chat? What are you saying? Boom. Speak now and forever hold your peace, Trackside Mike. I'm about to work on your car, and if you're not here to stop me from doing anything crazy, there he is. Trackside Mike, everybody. Welcome. Hello. I knew you were here from before, but I didn't know if you were still here. Alright, John, have a good one. From Schuylkill River Valley. Not John Train BFGR. How many Johns are in here? Oh my goodness. Some of you need to change your names. I'm telling you. It's too much. Can't handle it. Alright. Should we do a, what should we do? I'm looking at a blank car here, and I need some ideas. Who has some ideas? Bright pink and orange. Maybe. Bright pink and orange. Okay. No, I haven't, Heath. I haven't seen that movie. 32 Johns. Okay. I'm looking at a blank car, people. What should I do? What should I do? I could put horse on the side of this. Anyone want me to put horse? Just make it up as we go. Hello, Randall. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that. AJ's back. Everybody, take some time and go check out Weathering with AJ. Do me that solid, because he is an up-and-coming graffiti artist and weathering extraordinaire. And you should check out his channel. He's just a young guy. I think he's younger than I was when I started. John Train says he saw a car with Homer Simpson painted on it. John, you gotta click the bell, because there's something coming. I have a video in the works. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, Mike, you have any ideas for this one? Should do Canadian landmarks like the CN Tower, etc. Maybe not on this one. I like the idea, and I would like to do something like that eventually, but not right now. Mike just sent me an email of a suggested graffiti. I don't know if I'm going to tackle that one right now, because it looks a little ambitious for a live stream, especially one where I'm not going to be too long. But maybe in the future. We'll see. I like it though. It looks cool. But let's see what we can do with the time that we have. I think I'm gonna do this car and call it. Let me get comfortable here. All right. Sean says foobar. You guys have all kinds of great ideas. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. The problem, well, I guess it's not really a problem. You just have to be super brave when you do these Intermountain Autorecs because they have metal sides and you can't really do a pencil outline. You have to just kind of go for it, which could be a problem in some cases, but if not, well then just go for it. Mike, is that from when we went rail fanning? The second email that you sent me? That looks like that first stop from when we went rail fanning. Brian, I like that suggestion. I was actually already thinking of using pink with this color. So, I think we're on the same page. A bristle randomly. Mark's blaming it on Lily again. Laura, how do you put up with this guy? Is Mark not housebroken yet? Whoop, there we go. Okay, let's let that dry. Ace 1314. Hello, Ace. Welcome. trying to find my hobby knife. Once again, my entire jar of goodies fell on the floor. Now I can't find a single thing. It's exceptionally annoying. Well, that was a pretty good guess. Sweet. All right. Yeah, Ace, I think we are. I think we are cousins. That's how that works, right? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Here we go. So this is loosely based on, oh, we got Tim Brim. Sorry, guys. This is loosely based on this photo that that Mike sent me. This is a screen grab from, or no, this might be a picture you took. I don't even know. But this is one of the cars that we saw when we were rail fanning at Otter Valley back in June, which seems like ages ago. So BFD crew. I don't even know what it means, but yeah, I'm just gonna loosely base it off of that. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. And we'll go from there. So I'm gonna fill that in. we go. So that's filled in now. This is just a metallic marker that I got off of Amazon. It came in a pack of I think like 8 different colors, and it's the same marker that I used for that graffiti on this building that I showed you earlier. And I love how it looks. They came like this purple is the same color or the same kind of marker. The silver that I used for the highlights is the same, and then black is the paint marker. But yeah, they turn out really nice, and yeah, I think in some of my videos, if not all of my videos or most of my videos, I have a link to them in the description, so you can check that out if you are interested. I can't even remember. I think there was like 14 bucks or something like that for the pack. And I've had them now for 2-3 years. Yeah, Sean, you're right. They were ahead of the chop down Autorex, and what Mike doesn't realize is I'm actually going to chop this one down to match. But I'll do that in the next stream, unless he can talk me out of it. But we'll see how that goes. No, it's a bubbly, Heath. It's just bubbly. It's just lime bubbly. Okay, so let those dry. That's when I wish I had a hairdryer. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Mike says chop away. You know what? Don't tempt me. Oh man, I think it would be really cool. I mean, they make it like that. We've seen it in real life. So obviously it should be modeled, right? That's how that works, isn't it? But maybe I'll do it with like a Walthers and not an Intermountain Otter Valley exclusive. What should we do now? You ever forget how to write letters? Which way does an N go? Okay, yeah, it goes like this. If my marker wakes up, then we can use it. Good evening, Bernard from Mini Prince. How are you, sir? I was thinking about you the other day, actually. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I still have to come and see you. I gotta come and film your spot. We gotta make that happen one of these days. September 25th. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't. It's my daughter's first birthday. And I don't think she wants to have it at Little Canada. Although that would be pretty cool. I feel like I should do a video all about Canadian stereotypes. Debunking some of the Canadian stereotypes that are out there, because they're pretty hilarious. All right, Randall. Thanks for popping by. And let's go back to this one. Let's see what we're working with. Is this dry enough to draw on again? John, you're going to be at the Whitby show. That's pretty exciting. That might be when you get your stuff back from me. Save some shipping. I'll just bring it with me to the Whitby show. Can you guys see it okay? I'm zoomed in all the way, but let me know if you need me to lower the camera a little bit. I'm not sure when the Port Hope show is, to be honest, Sean. I think it's in May this year, because there was some issue with the booking of the venue. So I'm not too sure when it is this year, but last I heard it was in May. Oh, I stand corrected. It's going to be in February. Whoa! I thought, let me see if this paint marker still worked, and it exploded. So I'm not going to use that one. Let me set that one aside so I don't forget that that's broken. Oh, I remember now. Something I totally forgot. When you use the metallic markers and then paint markers, they react to each other, so you have to clear coat them first. Totally forgot about that. So I'll just spray both sides and let it dry, and let's just see what's going on in the chat. So Wigwag wants to come to Canada, and we would welcome you here. You know, when you come to Canada, you come across the border, and you'll see a Mountie in a shed. He'll ask you if you're bringing across any kind of fruit or anything like that. And he'll say, right on, bud. Take it easy. Have a good trip, eh? And, yeah. You better have a good trip. Waiting for paint to dry. We are waiting for paint to dry. What else is going on in the chat? Lived in Squamish for 6 months. That's in BC, right? British Columbia? I believe so. Happy Valley is here. Hello, Happy Valley. Where did I crossed over once at Wolf Island, I believe it was, and there was literally a Mountie in a shed. I kid you not. It was ridiculous. Where was that? It must have been Wolf Island, but where is that in the States? I'm trying to remember. Let me see if I can find it. The things you do while you wait for paint to dry. It would also help if I could type. There we go. Canadian border crossing. Where does it take you? It takes you across to well, it takes you to New York State. But where in New York State? It takes you to Cape Vincent. Cape Vincent, New York, if anyone knows where that is. You come across on a ferry, and you get off at Wolf Island, which is near Kingston, Ontario. And it is literally a Mountie in a shed. Who Inked Rails wants to know, what is the most difficult graffiti I've done? Oh, that's a tough one. because honestly, I can't even tell you how many times I've done graffiti. The one I did last time with the gramophone and everything for Mike was tricky, but I wouldn't say it's the trickiest. I don't even know. It's hard to say. I've done graffiti in tricky places, if that counts. Like, I did graffiti on a layout, on a fence on a layout, and the fence was not removable, so I had to just kind of reach across ever so slightly and do some graffiti that way. And there was plexiglass in the way, so I had to reach over that and whatever else. But other than that, I don't know. It's hard to say. But this should be dry now. I think we can carry on. Yeah. Mike, let's not talk about the windmills on Wolf Island, because I'm not a fan. But that's for another day. We won't get into that topic. But Mike, I guess they don't pay you to talk about windmills. They just pay you to put them up, right? I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. What was the name of that crew? I seem to have forgotten. BFD, that's right. You ever have that where you do graffiti and then you forget what you wrote? It's not popping on this one yet, but we'll do another layer and it'll be alright. It's been longer than 10 years since I was at Wolf Island, to be honest. When was the last time I was there? Probably like 15 years ago now? I don't even know. It's been a while. We came through on our way back from Mount Washington. Went up to Mount Washington, and then came back up through New York, and then crossed over at Wolf Island. It was a good time. I think that's the last time I was in the States, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. BFD crew. Heath, I didn't even realize you left. Sorry, buddy. There you go. That's what it says. Can you read that? I hope you can. Heath, you are correct, sir. It says respect. Do you guys remember the show Art Attack? That guy used to just do stuff and didn't say what he was doing, and then you just have to try and wait and see what it's gonna be when it's done. It's more fun that way, I think. You're just like on the edge of your seat, like what's gonna happen? What's he gonna do? And then he makes a giant water buffalo out of bed sheets. I don't know if that was an episode or not. I'm just making that up, but Does not say red cow, Heath, but excellent guess. Keep up the good work. Heath, it's not an Aretha Franklin themed car. Sorry to break it to you, but it's not. So I'm not going to get to weathering this one tonight. I am going to call it after I finish the graffiti on these two. Or, sorry, on both sides of this. So it's probably gonna end around 10 is my goal. Being conservative this week. Instead of going for 4 hours like last time. No, not 10 a.m. Heath. 10 p.m. tomorrow. There. That's that one. Now this one, for the sake of Heath, let's finish this so we can see what it says. Fresh black. That's a good one to have. That's not what I need right now, though. I'll just use this. Yeah, it's trackside Mike's car, Heath. Alright, let's let that dry for a second. All right. Now it is, you are correct, that is BFD crew. And that's from when we were rail fanning. Just like you said. That's this one here. It's kind of hard. Can you see it? Let me focus on it. There we go. Now you can see it. So that's that, and that's the final product there. And then respect is just, you know, because respect. Gotta have respect, right? There. So that's looking like something. And this one needs some red. Just cause. The look I was going for with this one, kinda, I'm trying to mimic a little bit with the, it is a band. BFD crew is a band. I did not know that. I'll take your word for it, but that's pretty cool. I should check them out. I'm trying to mimic the kind of like unfinished look of that graffiti. However, maybe this is not what I need. Maybe I actually need red. Oh, maybe not an ultra fine. There it is. Maybe I actually need red paint. That'll work. So, Mike, this one I'm going to weather probably the next time I go live. We'll see. But I am going to end it here. I don't want to go too late, like I said. I haven't had anything to eat. And, yeah. Sometimes a 4-hour stream takes a toll, you know? So I'm just gonna end it there. I'm gonna have to check out that band. Because that's pretty cool. And then if you didn't see it earlier, I didn't go crazy on this side. I just did an unfinished throw up. I might do more on this side, we'll see. And then of course earlier in the stream I weathered this guy for John Train. BFGR. So that's that. We got these two right here. This is our night. Not too shabby. Thanks. They make it like that. Hope to see you work on an N scale passenger car at some point. Is that a prod? Heath, are you prodding me? I don't know which one to end it on, but we'll end it here. Yeah. As Jackie says, have a good night further. Don't forget, next week is DaveCo, of all people. DaveCo is going to be live on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. I have no idea what he's got in store. He hasn't done a live in almost forever. I hope he doesn't get too used to it, because then my job is over on Third Rail Thursday, so we'll have to see. All I know is Chris keeps saying I wish that every month had 5 Thursdays, but we'll see. Yeah, what's his channel? It's in the description. You can check it out there. I don't know how to add it to the chat, but yeah, just check it out. It's in the description. In the description you'll find all of the Third Rail Thursday guys. If you haven't subscribed to M&M Rails or Go Via or Go Home, you can check them out there. I'm assuming if you're here for Third Rail Thursday, you've subscribed to those guys, but I can understand if you haven't seen DaveCo in a while. You can go check him out. Yeah. And also, I know a couple people were asking about these markers. They should be linked in the description as well as some paint markers and whatever else. Feel free to check those out too if you're interested. And if not, then, and you'd rather just have me do the graffiti instead of trying it yourself, then you can reach out to me on my website, which is right here. www.theymakeitlikethat.com. You can contact me and get in touch for any kind of commissioned graffiti work, and that would be super cool. But yeah, we're gonna end it there, and thank you guys so much for watching Third Rail Thursday, or Tim Brim After Dark, as we'll call it this week, because it was supposed to be GVO After Dark. And yeah, Heath, you know what? It's time for me to walk the dog as well. So have a nice night. And remember, they make it like that.